Hello everyone, it's Onye Obiana again, your friendly business analyst. Now, the last time we broke down the different types of market strategy. Now, let's talk about how to actually go about it. In this video, I'll be walking you through the step-by-step process of actually conducting market research. That is from defining your objective to collecting and analyzing real data. If you're serious about making smarter business decisions and building strategically, then let's get into it.
Can try to combine it anyhow you want to do it, but these are the types of market research, and this is just the ways people conduct market research. Any of these methods you want to use is all valid to help you to get the information you need about your market space. So now, what are the steps to conducting a market research? How do you go about it? I want to conduct a research. What exactly do you do? So the first thing you do is you define your objective, right? What do you actually want to learn? You write it down on a piece of paper, on your notes, on your jotting pad, or anything. I want to conduct a market research on what, right? So we spoke that market research can be for understanding the customer behavior, the customers, right? You can remember understanding your industry, you can remember understanding the competitors. So a market research can be so many things. You can already have your business already existing, maybe for like 4 or 5 years, but you want to create a new revenue stream now. Maybe you want to venture into which revenue stream now. Let's say your products now, right? You know how we spoke about GoTV having different packages. They have Maxi, Jolly, and the rest. So maybe your business already existing, but now you want to open a new revenue stream and you want to know if this revenue stream will do well in your market. That is your objective. So you're going to write it down that the purpose of this market research is to discover if so and so business will so and so I can't use business so and so strategy or so and so action will work for my business, right? When you want to conduct a market research, you understand what exactly you're researching. If you are new in a business, maybe the first thing you want to learn is about, is this business something that will thrive in this region? You want to discover if so and so business is good for this area of people. This type of people like this business. That can be your source of market research. So the first thing you need to do is to define your objectives. You can have one, you can have two, you can have three. At any stage in your business, whether you're just coming or you've been there for a long time, whenever you want to conduct a market research for something, you need to define your objectives. The next thing you do is to choose your research method. So now you have defined what you want to gain from this market research, right? You want to find out if people in your area are more prone to buying, what did we say? Okay, so having different packages for this business. Now you're choosing your research method. We've spoken about 4 different research types, but now we're saying that okay, you do either qualitative or quantitative. This is where I spoke about mixing them, right? So a research method here, qualitative or quantitative, is just saying that do you want to use numbers? Like, do you want to use identify patterns and trends of from the people, or do you want to use qualitative research to go about it? Right, I think somebody raised their hand. Okay, no, someone left. Okay, no problem. So we're talking about what type of way do you want to collect information, right? How do you want, no, not collect information, that's third one. This is what method are you using to get your information, qualitative or quantitative? And most times, let's just go to collecting the data, they work hand in hand, right? What do I mean by this? When you're doing quantitative, most people that is quantitative, that is collecting, identifying patterns and trends, they normally tend to use primary. They pair quantitative with primary because quantitative is collecting and identifying patterns and trends, right? When you use primary source of data, you have a survey or an interview, you will have information to work with. You're going to have a lot of information that you can now use it to do your statistical analysis. So most people pair quantitative research, the numbers, with primary research method. So you're going to say that, okay, primary sources, you're going to get a focus group of 50 people. And then your quantitative research is that you want to discover which of this is more which of this is something that people are more interested in doing in your area, right? Are more likely to subscribe to, are more likely to buy into this idea. So you use primary data to do a quantitative research. If you choose to do a qualitative research instead, you're going to use secondary data. You're going to see that you read on different books and you discover that from these different reports, this this remember your objectives now. You from these different reports, it seems like more people are into oil-based perfumes. So that's getting it from the reports that people have already done before. It is not, I found out that 10 people, you don't have a number now in secondary data, in qualitative, you don't really have a number, but you shall have a, it's not number based, but it is, what English should I use now? I say it is a general consensus, right? It's the general information that you have gotten, and it is still very relevant for your research. So if, and so depends on what you have access to at the moment, right? If you're in a location where it will not be easy for you to talk to people, to conduct interviews or surveys or focus groups, focus on qualitative. Go online and do your research, right? Go and read articles, go and open blogs, go and read, go on, just go on Google and like check about things about your industry and collect information from secondary sources. But if you're in an area where you have access to people, it's easier for you to actually do like surveys, or maybe the thing you're trying to sell is something that people around you can buy into. And the thing about surveys, because it may not even be people in your area. If it's a survey, survey can be online, right? You can do a survey online. You can create a Google form and then share it with your friends and family to share with their friends and families, and you can still get information from that. But you just need to know what method is going to work for you for that particular objective that you're picking right now. At the same time, if you are a, how do you call them? You are a um it's not really over Sabisha, but you have time on your hands, because another thing is that you know that you're trying to push something out soon. So you're looking at the timing. You don't want to spend too long doing your research. So if you have time on your hands, you can try to do both primary and secondary, both qualitative and quantitative research. But if you know you have a limited amount of time, look for the method that works best for you, that's easier for you to use at that point in time for that particular objective, and just use that one to do it. When you get your information and your data, right, next thing you do is you analyze and you interpret the data. From what you discovered, 10 people, maybe in the month of January, or maybe let's use Hamatan period, from November, December to March, people are more prone to get maybe alcohol-based perfumes because you will not sweat and all of that. So based on those months, it's good to sell this type of perfumes. But during rainy seasons or something, they prefer to use stronger perfumes. You put it like that. You can say based on so and so research, people are more prone to pay for courses online in April and September, or January, beginning of a new year, when people like have new year resolutions, they want to start something new. So January and maybe June or July, like middle of the year. So your research, you're going to, it's not just one question you're asking, just you have an objective, right? Your objectives will guide you, but from that guidance, your research method, you are you have sorry, you just like goal setting, right? So your objective is one thing, you want to do one thing, but how to achieve it? There are different ways to like, yeah, so there are different questions. You have to sit down and look at your objective and be like, okay, what type of questions should I ask these people in this research? What type of answers am I looking for? Even in what are you even researching online, right? So you're researching for not just one question, for different things, and then you now have to sit down later when you've gotten your information and analyze it. You look for trends, you look for patterns, you look for customer insights. What are customers actually talking about this period? What do they like? What don't they like? So you can even know things to avoid. So you look for patterns, for trends and insights, and then you make data-driven decisions. You apply the findings that you've discovered into your strategy. So you discover that, okay, so and so time, people have more money, or promotional sales. You say that, okay, in December. People like to buy gifts for their family and friends in December, for their loved ones. Companies do hampers and stuff like that. So you're going to run sales only in December during celebration periods. You discover that okay, so and so time people do this and that. So you use it to make your strategy. You see how you discover that people, okay, even the one where you say people prefer this type of perfumes during this time, you use it to now say that, okay, you're going to push maybe your marketing, right? You're going to push more of your alcohol-based perfumes during this time of the year. And so that time of the year, you push this other part of your perfume brand. You're going to that you're going to push these courses, maybe 1 month courses during the beginning of the year, or 4 months courses during the beginning of the year. Later during the year, you push your type of courses. You're going to say that people you're going to push your mentorship by this time, and you will not do this thing by this time. So when you conduct your research, it helps you make the decision. And this is how you know that you've conducted a market research. Somebody should come and ask you that, okay, I'm looking at your strategy, and in your strategy, one of your goals is you want to have an e-learning platform by this time, and they ask you, why are you doing e-learning? Why don't you want to do physical learning? You now tell them that you did your research and you discover that within the years of since COVID-19, since 2020 to 2025, people have shifted from online learning, from physical learning, and more people are now into learning online. More people are subscribing to paying cheaper instead of traveling, like paying transport to go to your center to learn. More people are willing to just attend Google classes than going physical. So that's why you're going to build an e-learning platform, online learning. You're not going to do a physical building. So it's very easy for you to defend your strategy when you conduct a market research, right? This is just how you're going to go.
And that's the step by step framework for conducting your effective market research. If you follow this process, you move from assumptions to informed decisions. If you haven't watched my previous video on the types of market research, please go and check it out. It will give you even more clarity. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical business strategy insights. See you in the next one. Bye.